find me guilty, I will pay. But now, no. Because I am not familiar with that measure. Just give me that, yung ganyan tape measure, and I will just do it every day.
Good morning everyone, MMDA back on the road. They're just doing their coordination with the barangay, and then they'll start apprehending people, clearing illegally parked vehicles, obstructions on the sidewalk, and any other violation that they might see. So this is Barangay 898 Zone 100 in Manila City, and I just heard one of the Western enforcers say they're going to be ticketing these vehicles because this is actually meant to be a passable road, but what you'll see is because vehicles are parked like this, completely impassable. What if there was an emergency and a fire truck or ambulance needs to get through? So that road I just showed you was over there going this way, and if you look at the next road across, you'll see the same thing, completely impassable to emergency vehicles because parked cars, parked motorcycles on both sides of the street. And I've also seen the sidewalk clearing team looking at these stalls obstructing the sidewalk. That's why this lady's walking in the road. And same thing over here. Again, this is just across from the Barangay Hall, which is over there. And it seems like a regular thing to set up food stalls on the sidewalk here. In fact, this lady's still setting up business even with the team here. See this one, very little sidewalk left. What's that, 30 centimeters? Again, you can see a remnant of sidewalk here, but quickly disappears. So the barangay led the team to this basketball court, also known as a road, and they asked the team to issue tickets to each of these vehicles for illegal parking.
Alam po ninyo ang trabaho natin, di po ba? Ngayon po, eto, mas magandang meron ng makita po natin to. Kasi meron po akong complaint dito, kaya namin yan nilalagay dyan. Dahil inaapi na ako ng todo ng barangay namin. Nagpapato siya ng walang kaukulang permiso. Siya ng tawag dito, yung pula lang na envelope.
So I just finished speaking to the lady now. She showed me a lot of documents going back to 2014 requesting for the barangay to remove the basketball court, the basketball hoops. And she did a petition with the neighbors. I think I saw 2 pages full of signatures from various neighbors saying they also want it removed. She's gone through the 8888 Presidential Complaints Hotline, DPWH, DPS, Bureau of Barangay, pretty much every government agency that's relevant, MMDA, and requested the same thing. And all of them have basically said if it's in the road as an obstruction, it should be removed. If it's not an obstruction in the road, it shouldn't be removed. So what the barangay said is, actually, this is not a road, this is a dead end, this is a playground. But how can that be? When you look over here, there's a road, this goes around like this. And when you look over there, same thing, it goes around like this and it goes straight. So it's clearly a road. And how can you say we're going to ticket your car for illegal parking because it's an obstruction, but then we don't consider the basketball court to be an obstruction? It should either be both or neither. She's saying it's okay, if you want to ticket my vehicle for illegal parking, no problem, I accept that, I can modify my house and put a garage there. But if you're going to penalize me, also remove the basketball court. And I have to agree with her. She's also got photos which show that they set it up here and fully block this area. And what you saw earlier, there's double parking on the roads, all the sidewalks are gone. So it's very, picking and choosing which laws to enforce and who to enforce them on. It should be equal to everyone. Everyone should be treated the same. And I kind of understand her complaint, to be honest. Unfortunately, the MMDA team are following the guidelines and the orders of the barangay, and the barangay say we don't want the basketball court removed, so they're not going to remove it. Look, here comes a modernized jeepney with aircon and CCTV. You might have seen the incident recently where a lady alleged a man did something, and then when they reviewed the CCTV they realized actually he was just trying to sit down. And that's one of the benefits of PUV modernization, CCTV inside the vehicle, so you can see what really happened. Look at this custom e-bike over here. It's got a little electric motor on the back, a hub motor. Cool. Stopping this motorcycle now, 2 riders without helmets. They actually have 2 helmets just here, just wasn't wearing them for some reason. 2 PMP just arrived now, so they're coordinating with the team, and I guess they'll be providing any support that might be required today. Here comes another modernized Jeep. You might remember the protest last year, and they said, oh, if you modernize the Jeeps, the fare will go up to 25 peso. But what does that say? Minimum fare 11 peso, student fare PWD 9 peso. so there's no 25 peso. The team are now clearing a Mabuhay Lane. They're looking at this vehicle here. You can see this should actually be a sidewalk, but it's been converted to a parking area. Looks like the driver's giving his license without any argument, so they'll issue a ticket and then send him on his way. And over here the team are looking at these two cars for the same reason. Should be a sidewalk that's passable, but unfortunately it's been obstructed by the vehicles. And over here they're issuing a ticket to this one. It's a Mabuhay Lane, which means no parking anytime, always prioritized for clearing. And they're also looking at these two motorcycles here. They're going to be ticketing them. They're advising them that they should be at least 1.5 meter back from the curb. Over here you'll see the enforcers are writing out 2 tickets for these motorcycles parked here. There is a sign reminding people Mabuhay Lane no parking, but you don't actually need a sign for the sidewalk, because any sidewalk anywhere is always a no parking zone. So they left the ticket on the bike, written out to the plate number. That's 2,000 peso unattended illegal parking. If they don't pay the ticket, they can't register their vehicle. And along the street you see the same thing, sidewalk and then obstructed by vehicles. What they normally do is recommend the building owner adjust your building, push back the wall. That way your clients or your customers or your staff can park and they won't be ticketed. And the team are now looking to issue a ticket to this one parked in the road. I don't know if there's like a laundry factory in this area or something, but it smells like detergent. It's a good smell. And just across from that car is this sign. It says no parking both sides, and you'll see it says DILG Memo Circular 2019-121. That's the memo that they released after the president said to clear all obstructions from the road and sidewalk. And they're now looking to issue a ticket to this van, again obstructing what should be the sidewalk. If he parked like this, he would be okay, but because it's diagonal, of course pedestrians are forced into the road. This might be the first time I've seen the sidewalk clearing team truck completely empty. Nothing on there today. And the team just issued tickets to these 2 vehicles, again for obstructing what should be the sidewalk. Although in this case, you would think the bank would modify their property, because customers are going to come here, they're going to see the yellow line and think, oh, it's okay for me to park here. But ultimately, as a driver, it's your responsibility to know you will never obstruct the sidewalk. And just beside that car is another one that's being ticketed. There is a driver, so he gets the cheaper ticket. 3 more vehicles over here being ticketed for the same reason. Pedestrian has to walk in the road, risk being hit by passing vehicles. So they'll ticket each of these. If there's a driver, it's 1,000 peso. If there's no driver, it's 2,000 peso. A lady came out now, very polite, just asking why the vehicles are being ticketed. They're explaining that there should be a 1.5 meter minimum sidewalk, so he's brought out a tape measure now to show them where it should be.
You know what? I'll go to the municipal later and I'll explain. I have to take a photo, and if they will find me guilty, I will pay. But now, no, because I am not familiar with that measure. Just give me that yung ganyan tape measure, and I will just do it every day. Pero please consider, this is the first offense, and I'm apologizing. Is this video that will be okay? I am not familiar with it. If I have the that measurement tool, I will comply. But now I can't. Now I can pass here.
But what if you're in a wheelchair?
Agree, pero I need to have a tool, and they should inform the public about it. But we were not informed.
So they're measuring out the 1.5 meters now. The lady's saying, as a driver, it's not my fault. And I partly agree. They shouldn't put the line there to make them think they can park there, but at the same time, part of getting your license is knowing. And the team just came across a lot of vehicles parked on the road. Again, this is a Mabuhay Lane, which means no parking anytime. Over here, a bunch more cars, so each rider is going in for one car, issue a ticket, send them on their way. And they're also issuing a ticket to this one parked on the sidewalk. You'll see the plate holder says MBI, plus a baseball cap in the windscreen. I just asked the driver, are you MBI? He said no. Why drive around with a baseball cap and a plate holder that says NBI if you're not associated with them?